Hello, it's Eileen Richardson again, and this week we're discussing the critically important fundamentalism-modernism controversy. And my glasses are crooked. I think a great way to understand the controversy is to take a look at the Scopes trial, which occurred in Tennessee in 1925. First, I want to explain a little bit about the fundamentalist-modernism controversy. It's really looking at two sides of a coin, the far right, the far left. However, this doesn't leave room for the middle. Fundamentalism kind of holds strictly to a specific interpretation of the Bible, and modernism looks to the emergence of modern ideas and the examination of the text. Professor Catherine Laughlin's essay, Commonly Modern, Rethinking the Modernist Fundamentalist Controversy, she brings up a point that the controversy looks at the argument in a binary manner. One is good, one is evil. One is true religion, one is the false religion. But actually both and neither is true. It's a conflict in doctrinal issues that exist, even across the same denomination. The controversy is that the doctrinal disagreements often lead to locking people into a point of view that could be resolved in the middle. But however, as we can see through history, multiple doctrinal issues ended in the creation of new religions or doctrines, new seminaries to take on a different point of view. This is why the Scope trial is a good example to look at. In the trial, you have two sides of an argument about the creation of man. The fundamentalist argues that the creation of man is only due to God's actions according to the description in the King James Version of the Bible, whereas the modernist view dictates that the scientific example of the evolutionary process is the answer for explaining the development of man. One of the characters in the movie, which I had my family watch, shouts out that if you don't believe in the Bible, you're a sinner. Whereas there is actually a third point of view. There's a third argument that's brought up during the trial, that the interpretation of some of the information in the Bible could lead to supporting the evolutionary perspective. But that isn't what happened as the result of the trial. The actual issue for the teacher who was on trial was whether or not he was violating the law. The movie version does take some liberties. There's much information that's left out in the background of how the trial came to be. I suggest you watch the movie and also read the scholarship. But both the movie and the actual trial results in a guilty verdict for the teacher. He was charged with violating the law, which held that you could only teach biblical creationism. The law was eventually ruled unconstitutional in 1968. The importance of taking a look at the fundamentalist and modernist controversy is that something that our founding fathers had to deal with as well as they were influenced by their Christian beliefs. And they had to deal with in developing the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. Where were they going to land in some of these issues? We've had laws over the years in the 20s, similar to this as well in many states, but also legislation of basic interpretation, the pursuit of moral or cultural standards, such as blue laws, prohibition. All of these things developed and then were examined. So I want to say that the fundamentalism modernism controversy is that there is no room in the middle, but we really need to look at that. And our founding fathers had to deal with that. So if you have any questions, please ask me. My references are going to give you some information on examining the trial and the movie, as well as some additional scholarship on the matter. So thank you.